Upfront and Outspoken with Bob Williams. If you love the Constitution,
man is not free unless government is limited.
if you love freedom,
As government expands, liberty contracts.
if you believe in personal responsibility, if you believe America is still the greatest nation on earth, then get ready for an experience you'll never forget. This is Upfront and Outspoken. Here's your host, Bob Williams.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue.
And welcome back. This is Upfront Outspoken. Of course, I'm your host, Bob Williams, and I have a question. What the hell is going on? And I reference that to Baltimore. You know, we've seen it. We've seen the same scenario go on elsewhere. We've seen it happen in Ferguson. We've seen it happen back in the day with the Riots. And now we're seeing it once again in Baltimore. What is it about violence that is so attractive? Do you honestly think for one damn minute that your actions are going to change anything? No, it's not going to. What it is going to do is create more hardship, more animosity, and we're just getting into the start of late spring. Summer's coming up here. Everybody's been saying it's going to be a hot summer. Hot winter, yeah, right. A hot summer. And from what I'm seeing, it's going to. What is it? What is it? And you know, Freddie Gray may have had a criminal record. That's immaterial. That's immaterial. The issue is why are people so inclined to believe that violence is the solution to any problem? It's not. And I don't care how you look at it. The criminal element is definitely taking over. And there are going to be those on either the right or the left wing that are going to say it's because of President Obama. Well, I don't want to buy that argument. I don't want to buy that argument. They're going to blame the White House for putting this wedge there. And I seriously don't want to buy that argument. Because it's not the president who incites riots. It's not the president who hired a bad cop. You know, we may have had a bad cops, and we know they've got to be rooted out. But it is the citizens themselves who are intent on destroying their neighborhood. And they don't realize the looting, the burnings, all of that is not going to do anything good. In fact, it's going to cause more damage. We've seen the CVS store go up in smoke. There's been a lady who lost her home due to the rioters. Is that making a statement? By burning out the CVS and all the businesses that happened in Ferguson, you are driving away the economic base of your community. You're forcing these businesses to look elsewhere to open their doors, taking vital jobs from these repressed areas away. And the only ones to blame are the ones that participated in the actual violent riot. It can't be considered as anything else. It's a riot. So yes, the National Guard gets called in and a hard foot gets laid down. Baltimore starting tonight from 10 o'clock at night till 5 o'clock in the morning. You brought it on yourself. you brought it on yourself. You cannot be out in the street. If you are, you risk being detained, arrested, whatever. And if you do something stupid, I hope they put a bullet in your head. You know, what is it with you people? What is it with the mentality of these criminal elements? You're getting your 15 minutes of fame, but when the law catches up to you, you're probably going to do 15 years in prison. At least I could only hope. Why? You know, I just never could understand the mentality behind the individual who has a really justified cause, you know, who may have a legitimate concern over a issue. Something that can be resolved in a very peaceful manner, but yet decides no. Violence, destruction of property, and, as in the case of Baltimore, 12 police officers have been injured. You know, what is it? What is it? You get your 15 minutes of fame, but yet that 15 minutes of fame is going to have long-term repercussions. Long-term. Here you on the east side of Baltimore, a center that was being built to help the community, they burned. They burned it. So do you think that they're still going to try to open that up in that area? I doubt it. Do you think CVS is probably going to go ahead and, you know, clean out their store, reopen it, you know, get their employees back? I doubt it. Do you think many of the businesses that got burned out in Ferguson are going to open up their doors and once again be a productive part of that community by hiring employees? I doubt it. You don't realize that this is what is going on. You burn a business, chances are that business will say, I do not want any part of this community. And they're going to move out, and it's going to hurt you. People are going to get laid off. People are going to lose their job, adding to the frustrations that are already there. It could have been handled peacefully. It started out peaceful when Freddie Gray, the memorial, the funeral was going on. It started out peaceful. It started out peaceful. And then about an hour after the funeral, some idiots, some stupid, asinine fools decided to take it upon themselves and start a riot, and it blew up. Now you have to deal with the military. They are the ones that are now controlling your streets. And there are going to be those that says that it's all on the account of President Obama. No, it's not. What happened in Baltimore is the fault of the citizens of that community. The ones who decided to cause violence. The ones who decided to burn buildings. The ones who decided to attack the police officers. That's where the blame lies. And if I was a law-abiding citizen of Baltimore, I would be praising every single military guy on my streets to bring law and order back. You cannot have a society run on anarchy. It's not going to happen. And these people, these rioters, these criminals, they got their 15 minutes of fame. And I hope they catch every damn one of them that broke into these stores. I really do. You know, it probably won't happen. You probably won't catch all of them. But they need to catch some of these and bring them before the courts, into our legal system. They do need to do that to show, you know, guys, you screwed up. You started this. Now you pay the consequences. Riots are never an answer. And I have to stress that. Riots are never an answer to a problem. The solution? Negotiations, discussion, getting involved in the community in the right way. Burning businesses, destroying homes. And, I feel sorry for that one lady. You could tell by her voice that she is black. And yet, these rioters burned her house to the ground. And then you heard another, in my opinion, a nutcase who says, well, violence is the only way we're going to get our message out. No, it's not. No, it's not. Violence only creates more problems. Long-term problems. So before you pick up that rock, before you decide to throw that Molotov cocktail, before you decide to ignite this business, you better think about the long term. Think about those that actually work there. Think about those that depend on that job to support a family. And I'll bet you that that person also lives in your community. I'll bet you. And it could be another black person. It could be a white person, but it's going to be somebody who lives right there in that community who has that job. And you, as a rioter, by burning down that business, just ended their paychecks. How are they going to support their families? How are they going to pay their bills? Because of your moment of destruction. I doubt it if CVS will reopen that store. I really do. Many times over the last several months, businesses have been destroyed because of rioters. There was a CVS in Ferguson that got destroyed. I'm not sure if they reopened. I'm going to have to check into that. But I'll bet you they haven't. And now you've got this one in Baltimore. You people don't realize the criminal element could care less. Because they're criminals. It's simple. They're criminals. But there is a better solution, a much better solution. And this bullshit of burning businesses, destroying personal property, of going up and doing violence to the police officers, it doesn't create solutions. It never will create a solution. It'll create a problem. It will actually fuel more problems. It's going to be a long, hot summer indeed. We're going to hear more throughout the summer about a police officer who did the wrong thing. And we're going to probably find out that that police officer may indeed be a bad cop. And we're going to hear more throughout the summer about this crap that's going on in Baltimore, that went on in Ferguson, that went on in Los Angeles. I'm venturing to guess that we will be hearing more about it. It may not be as bad as the Watts riots were, but anytime you have a riot, it's bad. Simple. Plain, simple. No misunderstandings. It's bad. And yet that criminal element decides, we're going to do this. We're going to loot this store. We're going to burn this place down. We're going to destroy this property. Insurance companies don't like it. I'll tell you that right now. They don't like it. Businesses don't like it. Because as a businessman, you have to look at your bottom line. And when you have a store that is destroyed, and it's in a particular area where a riot occurred, I got news for you. Most businesses, I'm not going to say all, because some of them are going to try to come back into the community to build community relations. But most businesses are going to look at that bottom line and they're going to say, nope, we're out of here. We're not coming back. As far as we are concerned, flatten that building, turn it into a parking lot for all we care. That's how many businesses are going to react over the summer. Mark my words. Mark my words. There's going to be businesses, even in Ferguson, that are never coming back. And you can bet on the ones that they burned out in Baltimore, they're looking at their bottom line right now and thinking, well, I guess time to board up and hit the road, Jack. And the ones to blame, where do you put the blame? There's going to be those that are going to throw the blame on the president for saying he is the instigator of this. No, it's not. It's not the president. It's not the White House. Not the Congress. Not the mayor. Not the alderman. But the idiot who decides to do violence. Well, you got your 15 minutes of fame all right, buddy. But your community is going to pay for a very, very long time. There's always a better solution. Always a better solution. And community relations is the major part of it. Yes, our police departments have a severe black eye. I'm not going to deny that. But that's only because of a few bad cops. A few bad cops. I don't care if the guy had a criminal record. Freddie Gray did have a criminal history. You know, what happened to him is a tragedy. I'm not going to say it's not. He's dead because he broke his neck. How, we're not sure. I mean, that's still under investigation. But he did break his neck, and he did try to ask for medical help. So there was negligence somewhere. And I'm not going to say where. But there was negligence somewhere. But now the real tragedy is the fact that the city is burning. Baltimore. And you people have to realize it's got to end. You're not going to solve problems by what you're doing. And I can't stress that enough. I can't. You think that by burning buildings, by assaulting the police officers, by getting your 15 minutes of fame, that is going to solve things. No, it's not. No, it's not. You're compounding to the problem. Bear that in mind. The next time you want to pick up that rock or you want to pick up that bottle and you decide, I want to throw it, before you throw it, you better think. You better think. You will not solve the problem. You will compound to the problem. Because if there's a business that burns up because of your actions or the actions of that criminal element, it's going to hurt the community as a whole. And there's more nice people out there than there are bad. Let's face it, folks. In most communities, you know, community is community. It's a family. But you're always going to have an inner conflict. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, you're never going to get along with everyone. That's just the way life is. That's the way life is. But to do what is being done in Baltimore, what happened in Ferguson, what happened in L.A., what happened during the Watts riots, that didn't solve anything. That won't solve anything. You're compounding to the problem. You're not solving it. You're compounding to the problem. So get it through your thick effing heads in Baltimore. What you are doing by burning, looting, rioting, all of it. That's not the way to go. And with that, it is time for me to get out of here. Stay tuned, because coming up right after NPR News, Ed Till will be with you till 4 o'clock. Until tomorrow, 6 a.m., this is Bob Williams. Take care of yourselves.